remember one time I was in high school. I went to a deaf institute. It was called Berkeley. One day, my teacher for one of my classes was sick, and so we didn't have a teacher. So, and this particular class was very small. We just had a few students. So they divided all of us up into other classes, basically just to kill time. I got put into an English class. At that time, I was in 9th grade, but the class I was in was actually 11th grade. Some of the students had deaf parents, some of them didn't. We all signed though. We were all very smart. We were all, doing well in school. We had popular students that had many friends. We would go out and have a good time. It was very deep in culture, very rich culture. I was very shy coming into this class. Looking around, I felt very uncomfortable. Like I really wanted friends. So, as I walked in, the kids were looking at me. I was younger than them. So, culture usually will grow with you. And so I wasn't at the same cultural level as the other students in the class. That particular day, the English class had a visitor. A visitor that came in, had this attitude of, oh, deaf can, that kind of thing. So the principal came in as well, and the visitor was hearing, but they could sign, so they taught us through English. So the teacher got up in front of the class and she wanted to volunteer, and she pointed at me. And I wasn't even in front of the class. It wasn't even my class, but I was sitting in the back and she pointed at me, and she wanted me to show something to the class. She said to me again, oh, come on, dear. So I looked over and all the students were staring at me. It was completely quiet. They were staring at me. I was looking at them. I felt, that I could. But all the other students had this attitude of, oh, she's so smart. She's good at English. She's an A student. She can do it. And I looked at them. I didn't even say anything. And the teacher finally said, come on, come up. And I didn't want to get in an argument with the teacher, and the teacher was staring at me. So, I got up and I went up to the blackboard. The teacher had given me, I don't remember, some English sentence for me to write up on the blackboard, an English sentence. So I wrote it on the board, just fine. It was a simple English sentence. I really love to read, and reading really helped with English writing. So I love to read. So I wrote this English sentence. But when I was finished, I felt not proud, not happy. I kind of felt disruptive inside, and the teacher said, oh, that's nice, and the volunteer, oh, good job. So I went back to my seat, and all of the other students, were just staring, and the teacher said, okay, thanks, take your seat now. So I took my seat, but when that class was over, it was very quiet. Everyone was staring at me. They felt like I was better than them, like I was teacher's pet. The students would just stare at me, but they thought, oh, outside of school, we're popular. We can do other things that you don't. We go on dates, and you're an A student, but we're popular. And it was just this divide, this segregation between students. But who is dividing us? The teacher is. But really, who's suffering? It's the students. And I say enough. That's enough. That idea of this separation, this segregation, has been going on for so long, over and over and over again. They choose one deaf student and they focus on them, one, and then one at a time. They don't think that we should be working together. We're all different individuals and we all have separate skills. We should help each other. That inner dependency. We should learn from each other. We should respect each other. We should cherish each other. We need to be able to communicate freely and come together. You know, some of us grew up in an oralism, and we invite them. We invite them to cherish our deaf language. We will teach them. We will support, and we will help each other practice. You know, if you need help reading and writing English, fine. It's a give and take relationship. We help each other out. That's true unity. That is what needs to happen. I see it so often. But now, who is tearing us apart? Who is segregating us? And why?